Hmm. The fuck? Uh-oh. Dang it. Some of it's seeked out. Jesus. That's not good. Still what? Ah, what a waste. What do I have to do to make that better? Could have went over a couple times. It's not good. Oh, that didn't work out like I'd hope. It's okay. Fix it.
It starts to end up on the brink. I tried so hard, but all these scars, they cut so deep I bleed. I fell so fast from heaven, it's like someone clipped my wings. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye. I laid awake just begging to let go. I almost got to suicidal thoughts, but you stepped in. An angel sent from heaven showed me how to live again. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye.
Hey, what's up, JJ? Sorry, I was paying a bit much attention to that model that I was just doing. Well, the experiment or the thing that I tried failed. I was trying to add this stuff to it, and as you can see, there's some right there. Actually, correct that. There you go. So you can see there's a lot of it right there, and it hasn't fully dried because it's been sitting underneath. caused a lot of the edges to rip. There you go. You can see all that. Yeah. So that sucked. So I gotta redo. I gotta find something that could keep the resin on there. Not too sure. You mean this thing here? Diorama still water. It's meant to look like it. It has some of it has stayed. So if you can see kind of shiny there, where it looks like water. Yeah, there you go. You can kind of see the water effect. It's kind of dry there because it all leaked out. Again, right there and right there. I thought I sealed it pretty good, but I guess I didn't. And then even if I did, removing the tape actually ripped a lot of the paint and stuff, because that thing ended up turning to be like a little bit of like a glue also. So I'm not sure how to do it. Well, I did tape around here hoping that would seal it, and I guess there's some holes maybe. I didn't quite seal it very good, so a lot of it leaked out. I like the idea, I just don't know how to, contain it on there. And even if I do, it acts almost like a glue, so I don't know, like, how to, well, to remove the container, the thing that contains the liquid. So I can't really pour it on the edge, I don't believe. I think it will just leak out. I use resin today myself. Try some texture paste, build up a little bit, let it dry, then put the resin within. I was thinking that too, like towards the edge here, and I probably should have done that first. But honestly, I didn't think about adding water until just now. So this is the first iteration of this model where I was, I did the ground area first, and then the what you call it, the plants and stuff. So lesson learned on this one is but you have a thin area to utilize. Yeah, because I don't want it to look like I build a wall around a little base there. It wouldn't look natural, but it might be just something I have to do, If I implement the water technique, I will just have to add that, Or maybe resin might be the way to do it, because I think I could it'll probably cure a lot quicker, and I could probably put it in place, put something there to hold it while it cures, and once it's done curing, I can remove it. I don't think resin will have like a how do you call it, like a sticky type substance. It's not sticky once it's dry. So like these things right here, it's like it's sticking to it, and it's like very rubbery, so it has that kind of texture, very squishy, rubbery like. Have you seen the hollow bases from Green Stuff World? I'm not sure of the exact size, what they are made of. Made for example. Ah, no. I mean, the thing is I could actually 3D print my own bases, you know? I've designed my own bases, like a very basic one, obviously, like this is very basic, where you can have, I have two different holes there for the two different sizes of magnets that I use. And it sits semi-flush. Actually, this one is a little bit, the magnet's a little bit big. You can kind of see it sticking out when it's about, when this side and the bottom side is flush. But but boy, when you stick it to a metal, it will stick. It won't move. So a different design where I didn't do the circles. My new that synthetic water does dry. Yeah, it's a bit rubbery. See how that looks. Make a resin ring and dry it as you go, and then fill. Yeah, I was thinking that. Oh, resin ring. Huh. The problem is I have these little flowers though. You know, so it's kind of, I can't really put a. It's not really a very flat base, and you can see that even. What do you say right here? Where I raised up the essentially the ground, because I wanted him to like he plopped himself and then the ground just rose up because of the force that you know, he landed. So I just gotta find a workaround. So what I need to do is go around the edges now and use where did I put that? I really like this Mod Podge. Yeah, it is it all same color, which it was a terrible idea on my part. It's like, well, that's hard to distinguish now. But Mod Podge is what I like about it, is that once I did the clay, oh, so I used this air dry clay to create the craters and stuff. Once that was dry, I used this to paint over it, to kind of add as a water-based glue sealer and finish, so that hopefully that it'll keep the clay together. So I sealed it, then I painted over it, and then I again used Mod Podge for the plants and stuff. So I'm gonna have to use this again, because whenever I was removing the tape, a lot of the can kind of see right there, there's a split between this plate here and that little top part. That's just the glue, the Mod Podge glue, and the paint over it. So I need to kind of glue it down again. Let's see how this looks like. Hopefully I'm not messing up this thing too bad. Kind of making my own mixture here to kind of get some, what do you call it, details. I guess it's kind of like my version of null oil, I suppose. Hey, what's up, Francois? It went kind of bad. I'm gonna actually show you. Just give me a second, real quick. I want to put this on. I was talking to JJ about it. It was in here. Let me get this done, and I'll show you. But lesson learned, though, so that's a good thing. I do have 2 models that I could try it on again, though. Oh god, this is the fat, pregnant one. Almost. Okay. Alright. So here we go, Francois. So look at that. I guess I didn't seal the tape up very well around. It is a crude. I didn't seal it very well, and apparently some of it spilled out, so that kind of sucked. And then also, when I was removing the tape, you can see it was peeling the Mod Podge glue with the paint on top of it. So that's why you see those clear breaks right there, and you can kind of see one right there. That's a big one right there. They do this is the Crutox, looks pregnant, but this one is the regular, I think, Crute, which are more melee based, I'm guessing, and they really look cool. So yeah, you can see like some of the tape. I had to repaint the sides of my base again. You can see there it's ripped open. So I have to kind of get Mod Podge to glue it down while I paint it down like that. So I just have to make some fixes. Looks like, I don't know how much of it spilled, but you can see some right there. At least this one's dry. It's like very rubbery. So, and it's very sticky too. Well, this is not sticky, but the non-dried version are. This is my favorite kind of look because he has the like charging like that, and he has this little hook on the side. That's so cool. I made this model. Is this a model I made too? Yeah, so again, 2 models like that. Oh, I can see the one I made. You can see the base is a little bit, because I did buy 3 of them pre-made, and I just had to spray paint over them. So those are the models that I originally got, and then the one that's a little bit more whiter base is the one that I spray painted over. And I like this one too because it's like, ha! You know, he got this gun out. So a little bit of a disaster, Francois, but lesson learned and hope to improve. Excuse me. Francois, so what's your tip on like trying to get water on like a base like that? I know yours was puddles, but mine's like rice fields, so it's like the whole thing is technically a water. You know, I might do like what I was thinking, what JJ was saying. I might put some clay to raise it up a little bit, and well, maybe for the new ones. But if you have any other ideas, I'd love to hear it. Huh. You need to put a little bit more of the black ink wash. A bit more of the black wash. So to use a putty instead of Mod Podge. So use a putty instead of Mod. A putty for what? The Mod Podge, all that was is just to help the clay kind of stick together and kind of hold it down, and then the Mod Podge just used as regular glue for the turfs, for the grass. That's all Mod Podge was for. Painted plants mask for. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like an order type thing where. I think the only other thing I could think of is just really just raising the edges up, really, just a little bit. I mean, paste on my base and just adds a tiny bit more to edge. And it blends in nice. It doesn't take much to stop the water flow if you go slow. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, going slow. But the thing is though is that the water takes a while for it to dry. It takes a while for it to takes a while for it to dry up, so I have to kind of that's kind of the things I have to leave it kind of overnight. Just feels like an Elmer's, yeah. It's great on paper products, but it's very hard bonding to anything else. It's not like a varnish; it needs to soak into something. That's the thing though, is that I'm not using it anything other than just kind of like an Elmer's glue and kind of like a sealant a little bit. It says a sealant, and it's a little bit, according to some people saying, it's less watery than Elmer's glue, and I do see that. It's done a good job, honestly. So I'm not using it to bind to water. I was just using it to kind of hold the air dry clay, because it was kind of getting a bit brittle, and applying that to it really helped a lot. And then just using that to also bind the the little shrubbery. Outside of that, it wasn't really used for much else. That's what I did on my Phantom Basis texture paint, done up in a couple layers in a few days. Yeah, I'm not that patient, Francois. Remember, I'm trying to find shortcuts here. I know that's not really good, but I gotta find cheating techniques. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for good enough. It's a terrible thing to say, but it's true. You saw my painting technique, man. Oh, hey, Eric. Sorry, jeez. What? It's them fish gets quick call the mech. We got crumped. Hey, look, man, Eric, dude, I got freaking crumped very hard in the last tournament. My the person I played against called the Wasp turn 2, and all my meat shields died immediately, and then there goes my crisis units. A wood swap from clay and a milliputty if you want to do sculpting and cheat more. Milliputty is a little bit more expensive. I'm also trying to be cheap, friends. Just everything's turning against me. I mean, air dry clays actually worked really good. Again, there's nothing wrong with the air dry clay for me. It's just the only issue is just the water effects. That's the only thing that went wrong here. Air dry gray's perfect. The Mod Podge actually worked great. I mean, you can see there's a layer here that looks like it's a solid Mod Podge glue that just is a solid piece now. I do one layer next and it works. Made 3 pools of water just easy. I'll definitely have to... Ooh, that is really dark. Darker than I thought. It's okay though. It could be all different shades of dark brown. Actually, I kind of like this. Actually, I like that a lot. It's nice. Might have to redo the others with this one. This new mixture. It's really cheap, lasts forever. If you have sand, mix Elmer's and paint together, textured paste makes... Well, the thing is though, is like, I've heard people say, Elmer's not so much. That's why they use Mod Podge. I use Mod Podge and baking soda to make snow. And then you add a color to it. Because they say Elmer's is a little bit too watery. Well, I'm trying to be... doesn't cut it all, not when... They wanted to use Mod Podge, but you mentioned cheat. Well, not. Well, the thing is, though, is that I do get like Like I know Mod Podge is a little bit more expensive, but it's not really that much expensive. Plus, I do get discounts. I look for sales and stuff, so I get like 40% off the Mod Podge stuff. It's just that whenever I saw that they say like Elmer's is just very much watery, and I've used Elmer's before, and it seems like it for sure. I'm not sure if that's true. Oh my gosh, this may be a little bit too much. Maybe we need to thin it down. It's a very... They're all different shades of... I like what I did the first time around. How did I not get that mixture right? How about super glue? Which is what I would use to attach to monster base. Something that's big and top heavy. Oh yeah, obviously super glue, yeah. Becoming a bigger and bigger pool as I keep constantly mixing things into this thing. Maybe I need to mix a white into it. It being a big old mess of to kind of lighten up that color a little bit. Boop. See how that turns out. Another white drop, maybe. Maybe another one. This is the big old experiment. See if it'll mix. And there we go. Going a little bit lighter, but different colors and different shades of Crutoxis incoming. This one's going to probably be a bit more grayish. Alright, this guy. This is your experimental color. That is definitely gray. Definitely gotta add black into this. And it's the diagram recently made the mistake of dotting some super glue on it, and I ended up painting around them. Drill through the water to pin the model. It's not a deal. You could easily crack it as thin as it is. It'll be the infantry base. Set brass tubings before pouring the pins, so fill it in. But it's still very much grayish. Spread it thin. Ish.
The kingdom is overthrown. Meet me at the cornerstone. I know that I can't be without you. This bond is solid gold. We're a diamond and an emerald. It took me forever to find you. 'Cause when it's all over,
Unless, of course, the model standing in the water. Well, the way this model was made was just a plain base with the model on top glued already on it. Then primer, of course, and then I decided to paint the bottom, of course, that color. And then, then I decided to do air dry clay to do impacts on the what you call it, on the ground, like as though he landed there and the ground came up a little bit. Of course, you know, when you step on mud and whatever, that's what the idea was. And then you can kind of see, obviously, in the back where the little things right there, there's a big hole there. So
As we wait for the smoke to clear and we watch our dreams appear, I know that we can rise together. This vision that we share is ours. Together we can touch the stars. I know that we will see December. 'Cause when it's all over, the love that you give will be there to guide you in every way. Now we've been through the cold and darkest days. The summer's calling. Summer's calling.
see. The only thing I could think about doing is finding. I'm not sure. I mean, the only thing I can think of right now, is just to fix the base, which will be, I'll use Mod Podge to glue everything back down, at least on the edges, because that's the only thing where it's messed up, and also to reseal the paint. Other than that, I mean, they'll be fine. The only thing I want to do is just want to make the water a little bit higher. So like this the Mod Podge will just glue that down. I'm not looking for super glue or anything, just basic, essentially a decent glue. That's not super glue. Yeah, because it looks like most of that water just ran off. Not a fan of the air dry clay. There's shrinkage, cracking, becomes brittle over time, and it won't bond to the plastic base. The tube, and you need at least maybe 3. Yeah, and don't get me wrong. That's the reason why I did Mod Podge on there. Is because it has this, like, I think here, if you look right here, there's a little, it's like a skin, like a layer of skin right there. You can see it, like it kind of is together. So under this layer right here is the Mod Podge. Excuse me. And what it does, it protects the air dry clay. Might need a drink. But what it does, it seems like it protects the clay. So I'm gonna test that out. You know, hopefully it works out great. The Mod Podge just adding a layer, like kind of like a rubbery layer on top of the clay itself, and hoping that will stay. You know. See what happens with. That's a bubble there. Also, I just picked up some Vespids. Hope they get them built. More stuff. Oh, that bubble popped. Huh. So what I might do, I might just add a little bit of this at a time, just see where it leaks and maybe try to stop it. I don't know. Oops. And I think for future bases, lesson learned, I'm gonna, with the air dry clay, I'm going to put a rim around it, and then Mod Podge the clay so that it'll protect it somewhat. And I think that's where actually, Francois, that's where I would use, I think, Milli Putty on the edges, because that's where it tends to get hit a lot. whether it's traveling in the case or just in the field. So I think that's where I would use milli putty around the edges to put that little rim. Or I'm gonna no, I can't. Actually, I can, but I hate the fact that I have to do that. I could design a 3D base and 3D print my own bases to have a lip up there, like a. How many mil would you suggest is enough for like a water? Like I don't even know how much a mil is. Like I don't know if I guess I need to test 1 mil, 2 mil, and 3 mil bases and 3D print all of them, and then see where's the right size. And I did order me some what do you call it? Some the still water. Is it the still water? Or the thing that makes it look like it's a water droplet from Amazon. So I'm hoping to get that. Yeah, that's still. So it'll pick a booger. So air dry clay in the middle area because those tend to be, again, for me, protected. And again, I'm test trying it, and then Mod Podge to kind of seal it. And edges, if I do edges, either I'm going to 3D design it and 3D print it, or I'm going to use the milli putty, like you said. Oh, that's a better idea. Don't print a lip. GW bases are beveled inwards and hard to tape. Just make the edge 90 degrees vertical. I wish I could show you the though I redesigned like the my bases to have a little bit of a beveled edge. But most of my bases are very simplistic like this, where they're just straight up flat, you know. They're not beveled edges at all, which would make a nice flat surface and no worry about like beveled edges. This mixture is getting crazy. So lesson learned on this one. I'm gonna try to figure out a way to maybe pre-plan a lot of things. See if I can't do something to help that. Looks like the base from the ground up, generation like 7 degrees angle top. That's what? Yeah, for sure. Kind of did redesign some bases, so I'm gonna have to redo it again. I think I would love to use the official basis, unless I can just think of something, but I don't know. having my own basis, having my own. I think I'm gonna have to kind of, besides the new models that I get, I'm gonna have to kind of redo a lot of the a lot of my old bases, because I don't want to have like where's one model at over here? Don't have one. But I put the towel. Oh, actually, I do have one. Oh, here it goes, one. So here's my custom base for one. So you can see there's the tau symbol right there, and I was gonna have them all on it, but I decided against it. I'm gonna have them all in rice fields. So I'm gonna redo all my tau base essentially. Makes taping the model a challenge if you made it at a 90-degree angle like a typical model plith. It would be a lot easier to tape and thus pour. Yeah. So right now I have two models that I'm fully painted. Essentially they're how do I say? They're my last iteration of painting techniques for the tau. It's good enough, and hey, let me grab them. I think I'm gonna redo these guys. I like the way this came out a lot better than the other ones. The other one's not so much. A little too dark there. So I'm going to put them all in the blender. Kind of really very shiny. Maybe the tape on the base, then add your putty or on edge. Like here, remove tape, paint, retape, easy with no parts. Unsmooth due to original tape job before, yeah. So this guy right here, so again with the original base plus the thing on top, which I amazingly, it's a perfect shape for it. It's like if you can't tell the difference between the original base and then the 3D print that I have on top, because it's like it's perfectly aligned. But I'm gonna remove it. Oh, I don't think I can remove the my little 3D print here. So this has got to get redone. So again, it's a little bit, it's done the way I'd like it. Not perfect, but I'm not gonna redo it. I just gotta add some a little bit silver so that it's not just fully gray. Or yeah, not gunmetal gray, but also have some silver like this guy does. Whoop. Also, it's only one weapon's gonna ever use anyway. And same thing goes for this guy, which I don't think I have a gun done for him. Alright, man. Oops. So I only did one glue on him. Oh, excuse me. Should have kind of started with this guy too. I wonder if I need to see if I have a natural kind of brownish color already. So I'm not having to keep constantly creating colors. It would be nice. Well, anyways, Jesus. Hopefully you'll see some more of these guys pretty soon. Right now I have their base hanging on my light strips up top. Because I'm letting the glue naturally dry on top of these platforms. Anyways, I have to call it because I gotta get me something to drink anyway. I'm hoping to finish up this guy. I need to figure out what's going on here. Well, I know what's going on here. I just need to Mod Podge glue this stuff down to fix it. And then try to figure out what I could maybe just the centerpiece here with water, maybe a little bit here. I'm trying to fill that part up, like the little trenches in there, but they seem to keep leaking out somewhere. So, anyways, at least this part I think I need to get done. Hey, Francois, welcome back. I'm gonna call it because I need to get me something to drink anyway. So I think what I'm gonna do is just try to maybe do the water in the center here. I can't tilt it because there's some water drying there, and just leave the other areas. Maybe get some gloss, Mod Podge, mix Mod Podge and gloss varnish and paint in these areas maybe, and hopefully that'll give it like a water-like effect. And then just do the real water in the center, and maybe that's it for this model. Perhaps that will work. Ugh. Probably gonna redo this, guys, except for this one. I like this one. Let me make sure it didn't quite come out right. This one wasn't too bad though, but it's really glossy for some weird reason. I need to finish up also this guy too. It's looking pretty good. I hate having to do their toenails though. Oh, the screen went black. Interesting. Alright, and I'm just going to call it right here. I try to stream Monday to Friday. I try to stream starting around 4 to 4:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. and try to stream for at least an hour. I wouldn't go nuts trying to correct them. Focus on the next one more so. Well, I'm just trying to fix. That's not. Yeah, you're not wrong there, JJ. I'm definitely not gonna go nuts on fixing them. I'm just gonna fix the and reseal the sides here, and then just looks like a bubble again, and then interesting. Yeah, I'm not gonna go too nuts, and then just try to slowly just add water towards the center to have actual water there. Where just score the clay, add super glue, press down, Mod Podge. You know what? Not bad. Maybe super glue on the air dry. I don't know. I definitely would probably test it out. But at the same time, clay just because on certain areas where I'm not gonna worry about it being brittle or anything, but on the edges definitely for sure. Yeah, press down on the Mod Podge so you had to get this thing fixed. That's the only thing I really got to do. Just kind of reseal the edges because of the tape that I was pulling out. It wasn't just the tape; it was also this thing. It acted like a glue once it cured. So it's kind of like what you see over here. It looks decent. CQ, see right here? Like it's sticking to the. Trying to rip it off. And it's just sticking very much. So it's acting very much like a very strong glue. So anyways, fix that up. I'm gonna try to detach my Riptide and my Ghost Kill. And also for this guy here, luckily enough, I did remove it from the base because I tilted too much to the left or right. I'm gonna have. So it's going to be like kind of its position. Oops, something like that. But its knees are kind of up though, so that's kind of the problem. So I'm going to have like a little hill there. So it makes sense that why the knees up. And then also I did 3D print a Tau Diva. I don't know how large the model is. It's just been sitting in my printer for a long time. So I don't feel like grabbing it right now. And it's going to represent the fact that this model got out of the stealth suit. That's why it's kneeling down, by the way. Alright, anyways, like I said, I try to stream Monday to Friday. And starting around 4 to 4:30, so I could start at 4 or I could start at 4:30, just somewhere around there. And try to stream for at least an hour. If you like my content, please consider subscribing, thumbs up the sound below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.